Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Electra. I hope it's a lovely morning, day, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and that you are feeling refreshed and happy, and there's kindness and love and joy in your life, and that your health is okay. I do hope that you are feeling okay. I would like to remind people it's really important to drink water, to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, and try and have things that are pesticide and herbicides and chemically contaminated with things as much as you can, free from things that are just produced with so much stuff in it, and have good healthy real food to eat. I do apologize for how I look. My Mellow scratched my face. It's okay, it's just a scratch, but he scratched my face in the middle of the night and scratched the top of my head, which still been bleeding a little bit. Every time I clean near where she cut it, it starts bleeding again. But I want you to have a day filled with kindness and love, and I'm going to do a little tarot card reading for you. So I'm your autistic tarot card reader, and I have a little also Etsy page, so if anyone wants a tarot card reading, I do have a little Etsy page you can visit. The link is below, you'll be able to click on, and I have actually two, even though I have a $30 spread on my my homepage of my YouTube screen. I can't remember how to change it. I will change it, but I've got a $15 card reading if you would like one, which is 3 cards and 3 questions, and if you can give me the questions so I can answer what you really want me to answer with just those 3 cards, then I probably will go quite into depth with things as well. And I have a larger full reading, which is $65. I haven't had anyone have a reading yet from me through Etsy, and that's okay because I have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, so a lot of the times my health's not great. But if anyone was wanting to have a little reading and would like me to recommend, I would say start with a little $15 reading, and rather than buy a big, pay $65 for a full reading, I'd start with just a $15 small reading. I would just put just as much effort into that as I would for a full reading. And I have not done an online reading like this before. Normally I do tarot card readings and I'm one-on-one with the person. So that's why your questions are important if you do want to have a reading. Also on my Etsy website, I have some little, if you like old-fashioned 1900s sort of Hollywood looking little t-shirts, or a little handbag, not handbag, a little bags you can take if you go grocery shopping. I get them from Printify, and I put the printing on them, or they put the printing on them. I give them that I create it and they print it for me. When you want something or you like something, if there is something you would like me to put on a top, if it's a t-shirt or a set of luggage or something, I can do that as long as it's not too hard, because I'm not the best with IT. And if it's just a photo, I can put the photo on there and print it onto a t-shirt or have you, and send you a copy of what it looks like. but I haven't set up the personalization on Printify because I'm not sure how that works. I'm only doing little bits and pieces of what I know and how it works at the moment. So if you are interested in any of those things, the link is at the bottom. And yeah, so my name's Electra and I'm going to do a little reading for you today. And I hope that it is useful and brings peace of mind and clarity to some things for you. To have some in the background, some just water sort of sounds. I will actually put where I got that from. Actually got that from a YouTube channel, so I will reference that site. I wanted something that was calming for people, and I want to say that someone who's watching this reading has come home from being somewhere, and meaning not they've just come home to their house, someone has travelled home, so there are suitcases I can see, and someone is seeing friends and family. And I just want to remind you to always think with love in your heart and kindness in your heart, and always remember not to think the worst based on people or things that you've heard, because unless you know the full story of things, you might not be 100% right with how your emotions are feeling. So until you have the full reference of the whole situation, don't go to people based on something you believe is half masked, because I feel that in order to know the truth, you need to know everything and not just some things, and it's really important to know what the truth is. Okay, just going to pick. Oh, that's a lot of cards. One fell down. One fell down and then it hit itself. Had the strangest thing the other day. I came home and Mella had printer ink on her leg. She's got a white little leg, and I had no coloured printed ink left, I guess. But I guess it just doesn't print when you're out of maybe a certain colour. I don't really know. But because I wouldn't print colours and everything was in black and white. But I just wondered, I thought, how the hell did that happen? So I'm just going to remind people, if you can, it's important to make your house and your home secure and safe. And whoever is watching this, we need to have home security and safety, and we need to be looking after ourselves. It's really important, I said this before, to make sure we are in our own home, whatever your family environment is. If you are like, what is that religion, Mormons, where they have lots of wives and many children, and you're like the Mormon religion, and you're breaking free or breaking away from something, it's important to look after yourself and be kind to yourself and find your independence in who you are. I feel like someone's been involved in a relationship that's been like a shared relationship, a relationship where there's been many other people, multiple children, multiple people, and I feel that there's female and male based around this, and both of you, I think this has just been a time where one or both of you have felt like you're having nervous breakdowns, so to speak. Things have been too much and things have gone on that you just would not expect to go on, and maybe the choices that you've made were not necessarily been the best or greatest choices to make, and I think you already know that. And I feel that the choices were the best that you could do at that time, and that you were going more on the emotion of wanting to just feel accepted or cared for, or you're just not thinking correctly in a place where was a safe place in your mind. It's really important to have someone to talk to and have a professional person that you can speak to and that you can communicate with. It's key that the person that you speak to, I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, it's important that you have your security of who you are, not revealed in a way that you just go and see anybody. It's got to be somebody who will keep who you are and the person and the people around you private and secure. A good person, a good, honest, truthful, good, fulfilling person will do the right thing by you. Someone who is wanting to make money from the use of having you as someone that has been a client for them, sometimes will say, I've had this person as a client, because they're wanting to make money sometimes from having you as a person. That's not someone in your best interest, and it also goes against the oaths that people take when they put in areas of having to do psychology, sociology, doctoring, psychology, and different laws and counselling, and the same with tarot card reading. It's not for us to go and talk to other tarot card readers or different people, and I know some people too, because I hear them saying this or that about I had this person or that person, unless you're having not being able to help them with your reading and you need to help them by sending them to another reader, which sometimes that happens to me, and I have to get somebody else to read for them. When I do one-on-one at the expos, I sometimes know straight away pretty much. I'll get one or two cards right, and then it's like I feel they're for somebody else. I'll just know they're meant for somebody else, and then I'll get somebody who I'm meant to do a reading for, and their loved one or someone in their life will come to me, and for a whole week I'll be having like chest pains, and they would have died of a heart attack or something, or I'm shaking and they've got Parkinson's or something. Not always does it happen, but it does happen quite a bit with me, and normally it happens a week before I do the expos. But I have not done, as I said, a reading online as such to do with someone I haven't actually physically seen. So this will be a new venture for me, and I am nervous about it. I'm sorry I don't always look at the camera. That's one thing my manager used to always say to me, is make sure you look at your person you're speaking to, which is hard sometimes. I'm honest, it's not because of any other reason, it's just sometimes it's very hard for me. I feel like I'm giving my spirit to somebody, my whole spirit and soul. But just getting reference, I have to pick card. I'm seeing a light. I'm seeing a light, even though I have a ring light here. I'm seeing a light. I'm seeing the earth. So I don't know if someone has someone in their family that is interested in science-based things to do with aerodynamical situations, or it's to do with things, mobility of flying or of something getting somewhere, and the power and the thrust is very important. And of someone having some issue or problem with some sort of venture or business venture or some line of work that they are in where there is a problem to do with rocketry, to do with like the power of some form of engine motor. There's something blocked, there's like a blockage somewhere, an unevenness of heat distribution, which can cause inner buckling and also a blowing up. So it's someone who's creating something, so it's a creator, someone who's creating something. Also sometimes I get things by not actually putting the cards down, but by playing with the cards, so I'll just continue on. I also have that person who has come home to family after being away. They're working somewhere else, and then they come home to their family. that person has gone through, I feel like they have like feet problems, like it's like plantar fasciitis but on steroids, if you know what plantar fasciitis feels like, and there's something wrong with their knees or ankles. There's some sort of like their ankles are not strong and they need to build up the strength in their ankles, and the knees, there's some sort of, feels like at times things give away. It's really important to get down to, it's really important getting down to looking after you and yourself in your body, and knowing, as I said before, if you're going to go to speak to somebody about something or say hello to somebody just because you want to, and be a little bit sly about your way you're behaving, remember, if you don't know the full contents of a situation and you're only half into knowing about someone's side of what's going on, be clear in your mind, because something's going on and if someone is more or less laughing about it or saying it and then thinking it and persecuting somebody who's not even there, and believing, and the thing they're talking about is really detrimentally very wrong and not correct, you have to ask yourself, if this is really the truth of the matter, then this person wouldn't be where they are, this wouldn't be going on. This person, this other person, I feel there's someone telling you things that are not, they're telling you things, but what they're telling you is based on, they think, it's as if they think the worst of people, not in the trust area or working with somebody and there's a duty of care, not in that area, but more as there's this person, a certain person, and they seem to they accuse people of terrible things that they wouldn't do, and the things that they're accusing them of, they actually accuse other people of this. So this is not something new for this person. This person likes to accuse people of terrible things in work situations, workplaces, and I don't think it's ever going to stop. They just, and that one, if it continues, one day they're going to end up creating a really big legal lawsuit for what they're doing, because what they're doing is wrong and the information they're basing things on is wrong and not correct, and they are trying to pick apart and persecute people and their lives. And I feel whoever you are, you're someone who's come home to something and you've been traveling, not traveling, working, traveling, and you need to know that you're not a fool, you're not silly. I think you can know like that the person that this person is talking about is not a horrible person. The other person, the person who is talking about this person, is making out all these things, which are there are things happening and going on, but no one can pinpoint the person, and therefore there's ridicules of referencing and damning and finger pointing, when in actual fact the finger pointing's being pointed at the wrong person. And it's about being wise, being intelligent, thinking, and catching these. Night time is the time you will catch this person out, or early morning, or someone is doing something wrong and they're doing it wrong in the times when there's not many people around, only, and most people are not in this working area, working situation. And when it comes to science and scientific aerodynamic, it's like a lifting elevation of some sort of thing that flies. I want you to know that I see stainless steel and I'm seeing an uneven distribution with the variability of some circular thing that is like, it's like jets, but it's like streaming jets, and the jets, one of them is blocked. There's a blockage, and this blockage could cause something to essentially blow up. But now that I've said this, I feel that this is going to help you. Also, I think to tell you, and I've said this before the other day, I will say it again, is that someone has money, shares, market, I don't know where exactly it is, but wherever their money is, we've got highs and lows and highs and lows and highs and lows. It's very important for you to buy yourself a place, a house, have something secure for yourself, have an investment. If you need to have a little investment house or unit or whatever it is as well, please do so. But need to look after your money. I feel there's going to be a big drop soon. There's some sort of big financial drop coming that's going to cause a lot of money to just be gone. So I need you to put your money into the right categories of what you need to put it into, and to think of the future, and to also think of something that can actually be, that goes up in value, but it's not as like a seesaw. It's not so up or down or up or down. It's more of a steady place where things will be more steady, and it's not going to be so up and down with this money that's been like on the stock market. It's because I keep getting the man from the Addams Family who used to look at the share prices. So in this card I have someone coming out. There's a document, it's a legal type of document, and I've got the picture of somebody's face. It's a picture of somebody's face, and someone is representing themselves like catfish. Someone is representing themselves as someone they're not, and somehow they are in touch with you. And I see typing like emails, like typing, not written or letter, or this is like typing back and forth. The other person's hiding in the dark, and the other person knows you. And this person, I feel, who is doing this catfishing is someone who is or has been in a relationship with you. I feel don't base things 100% on what tarot card readers say, even though I know we do say things. Please know it's like detectives in a murder case or something like that. You don't base things around a psychic prediction of this, that, the other. You can go with what you think in the variable thought of how it could impact the outcome, but you've got to go to the actual facts of things. And someone is I feel it's someone who's who has problems with food, and I think they have problems with either eating or bulimia or vomiting, or because they don't want to put calories on their body. And I feel that this person is someone who's wanting to hurt or harm you because they feel that they know the triggers of how to hurt or harm you. I have Justice again. This is the first card I had, and Justice is in the background, and he has a scroll. The Hereford, I think they're called, has a scroll, so a legal scroll, and then we have the Justice. So I think whoever this person is who's been doing a little bit of catfishing with you is someone who has some sort of legal suit with you for some reason, or there's some sort of legal thing coming up, and that person is wanting an outcome to do with, maybe it's to do with children, a child, because they're fighting for their rights, for, it's like a child, a pet, a wanting something that you have, and they're wanting the outcome they best can have. And I think you need to sort this out with that person. For all the money that this person is losing, they really need to keep that for themselves, to look after themselves. And because I feel they have a pet or children or whoever it is, something that's part of you, you want them to be able to financially look after themselves, not drain them of what they have or have had. because that's not caring, and I think they're not an unkind person. They've just really very upset with the situation of what has gone on, and however they should not have catfished you in the first place, because I feel that they have given you the wrong idea about a situation based on something you must have told them at one stage or time, and have shown them at one stage or time. Otherwise they would not never have known. So, and it's obviously something that's made them quite jealous to do what they've done. I do think there's some contemplation coming up. So with the contemplation, I think you need to change. We have talked about money before. I will bring up money again. We do need you to put your money in somewhere where it's you're not going to drop a whole lot of money, like the share market with the cyber shares and things like that. Things go up and down and up and down, and I know they do with shares. You need more stability, and take some out so you have stability, but you need to buy yourself a home, house. You need things of your own, so you have a place of your own that you can go to, and that if anything happens and you were to have a new relationship, you need to be in an area where you can feel safe and secure. If it's buying an apartment, flat, unit, or renting, you need to get yourself something for you. If you can financially afford to purchase and buy, do so, because that is not something that's going to devalue. It will go up, but it will go up in a different mean that it's not going to fluctuate and you're just going to lose it tomorrow. You've got to be more careful with your money, because when you lose a lot. I do have the Two of Pentacles, and you work very hard. You work very, very hard. We've got food. We need you to be eating right. Your diet needs to be right. You need to be thinking well, and you need to start learning to meditate, breathe, care, love yourself inside of yourself, and know that you are special. Know that you make a difference in life, and that you are a very special person, and that to always remember, if someone's come to you about something, not wanting anything else but some help, whatever the situation, if they've come to you, they really truly must believe you can help them, and they've come to you not wanting anything else but your help. There must be something very special about you that someone would come to you to ask for help. And oh, ducky screaming. Fed them, but they're hungry again. I feel you're going through your own battles and you're wanting to help, but help a situation as well. And the catfishing thing has torn your heart apart. Whatever this has been going on has torn your heart apart. However, I will say, I'm going to go to this card, that if that person who has put out their hand for help had never come to you for help, you wouldn't have known the truth about the situation, nor would you've even ever been able to be in contact with them from this point on. You would not have been able to ever have been in contact with them, because you just wouldn't have been in contact with them in the way that you could possibly be. So it left a door open, a door that maybe the other party never ever thought could ever happen or would happen, but a situation and divine timing has happened to open something up, so someone else is to come back into your life, or come, I don't know why I say back, but come into your life. The most important thing is to, in a relationship, is to don't sleep with a person straight away, don't have intimacy straight away. Go out for dinner, do something special together, go for a walk on the beach, hold hands, do something that's not money related. I don't know why I'm saying this, but you don't need money to be a big part of this. You can make a little picnic lunch. It costs nothing, next to nothing. Just go in for a walk. If someone likes you, they like you for you. They may be a little quiet, the person, but it doesn't mean they're quiet because they have nothing to say. They're quiet because they like to hear what you have to say. And they like to make sure that they're correct with things, and sometimes they like to make sure their facts are correct, because they're not always so great at retaining things in the same way you are. Getting towards near the end. My phone might cut off because my battery's shutting down. I have the star. I also have a little girl. So I'm having a little girl who's going to come into this relationship. I don't know if it's an adoption. I don't know if it's a little animal, but it's a little girl. And this little girl has a lot of love, and she's very mummy's girl type of person. She will be, or is. And I feel that there's something very special about the relationship between both of you. And this person is a good person. Same card, I've had this before. I did a really good shuffle this time too. I was watching about the mathematical implications of if you don't shuffle things correctly, and how you won't get a fair reading of something if you don't mathematically do a shuffle, a really good shuffle in sorry, sometimes my dyslexia, I can't say words, and especially when I'm stressed. But I feel you're someone who has to keep leaving a situation. You can't continue on like that in a relationship or relationships with the people that you have, because it is not going to work out in your best interest. You can't keep leaving, can't keep running, keep running away. You have to learn to be there for your business, your work, your company, your schooling, your education, your everything that's all going on. You need to be there for yourself, and you need to take a step back and breathe. Too much is going on. You need to breathe. You need to stop taking, I don't know if you're taking drugs or alcohol, and you need to stop taking drugs. If you need to take something to help you feel some sort of form of release, or it's an antidepressant, take it accordingly to how it's directed to take. Don't exceed that direction of what you should not exceed. Be mindful. And sleeping problems. We have major sleeping problems. You need to wind yourself down and your brain down. You need to learn to meditate and breathe. Meditate and breathe. It will help something that you'll be able to take more natural to help you relax. But you need to be more kind, loving, and caring to yourself in this life. And in order for you to have a great relationship, a good relationship, and a lasting relationship, you need to give someone what they would like in a relationship. I'm not talking about financial money. I'm talking about love, honesty, truthfulness, validating that, no cheating, being the best version of yourself. If you want that from another partner, you have to put that into the relationship too. And if you can't put that into the relationship, or someone's doing that to you, then it's time to leave. And but if you want a good relationship, you've got to put in, and what you put in, you will get back. But if you are to cheat and be dishonest and be not truthful, or if someone's not being truthful to you and they're being dishonest to you, then it's time to leave. It's just time to leave. And sometimes you need to make a plan. You need to get there and make a plan, and make a plan of the choices and the thoughts and the feelings and emotions of the things that you want in your life. If you're in a domestic violence situation or abusive situation, I need you to make a plan. Let family know, people who can be trusted, of what's going on, and do the steps needed in order to be able to leave. If that's getting money together over the next few months, do so. But please try and talk to a therapist. There's normally governments that have programs where you can go, or 1-800 numbers where you can ring people up free. Please know that you make the difference in your health. You need to start looking after yourself. Only you can start to look after yourself, but you have to start looking after yourself now before it's too late. I'm just going to take a card from my happy pack. So you're someone who you can be out there and be around lots and lots and lots of people, but your prime happiness is being sometimes alone, like a hermit, a bit like Cancer in Cancer the Crab, and having me time, your time where you're not part of everybody else and part of everybody else's life. And I have to say this, I'm not great with this at all, because I'm not good because of my autism. I'm not great with the social relationships of things, because it's very hard for me to understand sometimes. But social media is a triggatory place for you of not positivity but negative stuff. and what people say. Sometimes it can be little kids saying something and not necessarily an adult. Or sometimes someone said something, it doesn't mean they're saying it in the way to hurt or harm you, but they're just saying it, and you don't always know what angle or place they're saying it from. Try to spend less time on social media and more time in life with real people around you, because while you're doing that, time is passing you by. What's the point in being around children or family or friends when you're on your phone and that's your life, your phone? This is not what's going to work for you in your life. It's not what's going to help you. It helps you in the way of running something and looking after something, but you have to be part of life. Be part of life. You've got to give in. Okay, so, which is interesting because the last card I've got is called Life Journey, and it's a sailing ship. And we're sailing forward, and you're always sailing towards the golden fleece. So we have someone in spirit around you to do, sorry, I'm hiccuping, to do with they passed over, they either flew planes or a pilot. Sorry, my hay fever's bad. Or they did something to do with, or they were a pilot or a flight attendant or something to do with air, or they did a lot of travel, but they're around you and they're one of the biggest supporters spiritually in helping you in your life and giving you strength. And they also say to tell you that you have bad neck and shoulders and bad back, and a lot of your problems are to do with your posture, and you need to be realigned in helping you with your posture a little bit better. And you need to sort of pull your shoulders back, not back where it feels uncomfortable, but just you need to see somebody about your, God, I've got really sloping shoulders, haven't I? Love to have nice, straight shoulders myself. They slope really, they really slope. So you need to look after your posture, but most importantly is you need to look after you. You need to get a place that's safe. If you need to leave a relationship, please leave now as soon as possible. Do not put up with someone abusing you. You don't deserve that by any factor at all. Last card, I ask Spirit and God to give me the most positive card for help for you. Okay, so we have rewards. If you put into a relationship, or if someone puts into a relationship the love, the support, the honesty, the faithfulness, the goodness that you would like, or vice versa, that is what you will get. But if in order to get a good relationship, a lasting relationship for your future, you need to be the best version of yourself. And if you're with somebody in this reading and this person is not being good to you, not being honest to you, not being faithful and loyal to you, then if they are given an ultimative change point and they don't want to change, everyone can change if they choose to do so. If they do not want to change, then it's time to move on. But don't move on alone. Move on in the fact of gain your strength, but remember, you must let people know, so like a family member, a friend, someone who's close, so you have someone who can be supportive, who is there for you. But you do need to speak to somebody who is trained in relationships and counseling. I do see some lovely things happening in your life, and I see a little animal, a little pet coming into your life, and some little animals like chickens, birdies, and some time where you feel like you're at peace finally. We also have purple plums. So side note for anyone, if that means any reference to somebody, and it means something purple plums, but I feel that is some reference to a grandparent